welcome to Boggy Creek Life. I am Cam Boggs. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you as always. And what we're going to do here today is we're going to take a look at the Moebius Bride of Frankenstein kit, the one with them sitting on the couches. I've had this one for a few years in the stash, and I was waiting for my skill level to come up, and now that I feel like I confidently built it, I just don't have the time. And that seems to be the same with everybody. But one of the things I've always heard about this kit over the years is the likenesses of the heads. So let's just go ahead and start getting into it. We'll check that out. We'll check the general sculpt of the model out, how things work, and present a few fixes possibly as we get around to it. All right. So first, like I always like to do, check out the box. Moebius, nice, good box. Mine is sun bleached. I didn't get mine from a store. I bought mine from a private owner, so that may have happened there. And it got sun bleached on that side. But you see the depiction. Ages 15 and up. Yeah, I mean, you can do it if you're a pretty good modeler at age 15. More vibrant colors on that side. What we have on the back is a picture of the build-up. And, from what I researched on this came out around, I want to say I read a review that an IPMS guy did, and actually believe he talked to Frank from Moebius while he was doing it, around 2012 or something like that. And they also had a statue that they came out with pre-paint shortly after, which the people I have talked to, I have never had one personally in my hand. And you can still find both of these. The kit here, it comes and goes. I mean, they're up for sale now anywhere between like $75 and I seen one guy wanted like $399, but yeah. But then, like when I went to get this, I had saw it for a while before I decided to get it, and then I couldn't find it. And that kind of seems to be how this goes. I mean, they've re-released it, I think. Maybe. Not 100% sure. I went to Moebius website even, and they didn't really have any, release date on it or anything. So if you know anything about that, go ahead and drop them in the comments. But as far as the beautiful build-up art there that we can see, I heard the name, and I'm not going to drop it because I heard a couple people drop the name, and then I asked the person, and they honestly wasn't sure. So we'll just leave that at that. And that's good with the box. That ain't what you came here for, but the directions, nice complete directions it seems to be. Goes into great detail on each and every part, how to place it. Some reference pictures for your painting. And then they got some tips and suggested paint colors, build and paint in stages. So in other words, basically assemble your pieces and then put them together. But it gives you different tips on how to do the different pieces, which is always a good thing. Now, if you are like a beginning modeler and you've never built a model in your life, I would not recommend this. But then again, you don't have to be the most advanced modeler in the world to build this kit either, from what I've seen. I actually just opened this, and I've been talking to this camera over here that whole time, and I am sorry you guys are over here. But you didn't come here to see me either, so that doesn't matter. So, like I said, what I read from different things, it was the likeness. I didn't see anything about people having issues with the fit. So let's go ahead and zoom in on it. So I went ahead and pre-cut some pieces, which you see we have plenty of pieces to keep you building and satisfied. We got some couch legs here. nicely detailed. Those will hold your washes and your paint to make it look like wood. I believe these may be more couch pieces. It looks like wood. I know the frame on the wood on the couch is wood. We've got your side of the couch. Nice. That'll paint to a nice leather. Whenever I do leather, I suggest like acrylic with like oil washes over it. Oil washes, they take things to a different level. And where I learned how to do it, I learned by asking people, one, and YouTube videos. Because you can ask somebody all you want on Facebook, and it's still not the same as seeing somebody do it. And then that's still not the same as doing it yourself. And here's the bottom of our couch. All nice and pleated. That'll hold your washing and all that all very well. Bottom part of our legs for the couch. So here's another part of this kit that I don't know, I'm kind of iffy about. It comes with several bottles and vials, beakers. Now, I like how this one is done. It's all one piece. These ones here are in half. And it's clear, so I don't know how you would get rid of the seam line for that. What I would do, or what I may do when I build this, is I may look into like some, because this is 1/8 scale. So that's a little smaller than Barbie, but you can find like on Etsy and stuff, there's all kinds of people that sell miniature stuff, bottles, whatnot, whatever. You can find some at Michael's, Hobby Lobby. So yeah, I might look into that to remedy that problem. Or, I would look on a YouTube and see if there's maybe a video about getting that out of there. And once again, if you know how to get rid of the lines on clear stuff, let us know in the comments. Here we just got some Frank parts. Really not now this was the pre-painted statue was sculpted by Jeff Yeager. So we can just get that in there. Master sculptor. Been doing this stuff for years, especially the Universal monsters. So, Frank, really nothing extraordinary here. Looks like he's about made for dry brush. The hand, really light. The plastic's really light, but you can see the veins in there. So the sculpt is beautifully done still, so far. We got a little flashing, not like an old AMT kit, but hey, we build models here, so that ain't no big deal. Now, I went ahead and test fitted some pieces. Like I said, now that's just sitting there. If you clamp it, minimum gappage, minimum seam repair. And I mean, all I did was just cut mine off with the snips. And, so I haven't even like sanded it down like you should and everything before pre-fitting it. I'm going to say that ain't bad. Slides right on the legs like such. I did notice it right here. This is supposed to be his pants stopping right here. So you would have to, fill in that gap possibly. I don't see anything obstructing the fit, stopping that from going down further. So I would say, yeah, you'd have to fill in that little part. The coat, no, because that's a separate piece, and that would hang over his legs naturally. So now these legs, you can look. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But this was the hardest piece for me to get together, and I'm going to show you why. That's even if I can get it back apart now. Is because you see the pins and the holes, they're angled like that. And the pins are longer. So I don't know time, manufacturing, they can be a little off. And then being longer, you pretty much got to have everything lined up before you can lock it in there. You got to it probably took me a good, I'd say 5 minutes to get them together. I know that's not forever timing, but I'm just saying it took me a minute. But still, after it's together, good to go. The bride's gown, the torso part. Once you get some glue on there, clamper, you got a little bit of seam there you might have to fill. It really all depends on up to you how you want to get down. Got a little bit of lip right there, a little sanding off. All in all, though, not bad. Build models, we don't expect perfection. Don't expect perfection because it comes from a machine that has to do this multiple times, and the toolings get wore out. We can see her arms, the wrappings. Now her hands. Where'd it go? Okay, here's her hands. Her hands have nice solid fingers on both sides. So just to wrap the sleeve is the part that you have to worry about a seam with. Now his hand, which we can get it, is beautifully done still, but his got a 2/2 thumb. So, I mean, yeah, if you really crank that down, but I mean, you're still going to probably have to end it up filling a little gap right there on his thumb. But once again, I have seen this kit built beautifully, so I know it's achievable. And really, that's not like a whole lot of work, anyways. And I mean that's the enjoyment of it for me. Is like I don't really like when everything's perfect. Now, let's do the base real quick. This is just a big part of the couch. Base already stuck it together. The back wall and the floor. The floor has a nice wood texture. Will hold your washes and all that. Your dry brushing. Same thing for the stone wall in the back. And I believe these are shelves or something, possibly, where your bottles and stuff go. I would have to look again, but really not the most important factor right now. Now, I do remember seeing, if you can get a hold of it, that somebody had sold a resin kit base, like a better custom. I don't know if it's better. I never had one in the hand, but a different base that looked more like the painted statue base, I believe. But that's another hunt in itself. I wouldn't be able to tell you who produced that or anything. Once again, if you know that, drop it in the comments, let us know. And I don't even know how hard that would be to find now. It's been a while since I've seen one. We'll just leave that at that. Now, moment you've been waiting for. Let's look at our heads. Okay. This is the bride, Elsa Lanchester, however you'd like to say it. Right there. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now, I don't like that it's a 3-part head, but I've seen worse. And I mean, the seams aren't really in the most terrible spots. So, now, him on his own. Old Boris Frank I mean, yeah. If you're just looking at these, yes, these will pass. Now, here's your other option. Also sculpted by Jeff Yeager were some replacement heads. Somebody was selling them like a store, like a model store. I can't remember who it was, but I guess they had just quit producing them because the demand wasn't great enough. And I got lucky. I found a private seller and bought my pair. Now, remember that Frank, yeah, I mean, he's pretty passable. But now, when you look at them side by side, it's a whole different story. This is Frankenstein. This now looks more like Lurch from the Addams Family or something. This is beautifully done. And might have got a little pop hole in it, but that ain't no big deal. I believe he's even got some teeth in there, don't he? As to where he doesn't. Now the neck bolts, I got these in the box. Some little tiny nails. You have to cut them, make your own bolts. But I don't see. I don't know if I'd go that far. Now let's look at her. Once again, till you get them side by side, you don't really notice it. I mean, she got the broader forehead, more rounded, like Elsa. She got the more gaunt face. The dimple in her chin is more prevalent with the resculpted head. Neck's a little thicker. Face is probably a little bigger. And of course, you don't have to worry about, with these, the multiple part heads. So, what we're saying here is this kit, is it worth hunting down these days if you don't have the replacement heads? My opinion, yes. If you're a Bride of Frankenstein lover, fit-wise, sculpt-wise, the kit is beautifully done. And the heads are, unless you're some movie aficionado, they're good. They will definitely pass. And you can even push it a little further with the paint job to compensate. And, yeah. Now me, I always kind of tread towards a little more movie accurate stuff. So that's why I got the heads. Now, if you can get the heads, by all means. It's not the easiest task to find these. As a matter of fact, when I gave up from the store, at the place that wasn't casting them anymore, I probably didn't. I was just in conversation talking about these to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, I got a set that I'll sell you. I'm never going to use them." And that was like, I don't know, a year or two after I was looking. So maybe if you put out feelers, yeah, you can do it. Chances are, if somebody has them, though, they've usually got this kit and it's just sitting in the stash and they don't want to separate it yet because they're going to build it, just like me. All right. Let's get this done and get you out of here. All right. So once again, thanks for stopping by, checking out what I believe is another great kit. Yeah. I would definitely hunt this down if you don't have it and you are a Frankenstein lover. You can put feelers out and look for the heads too, and all of that would be good. let's see. Still need to finish up Ed Harley. Oh, I am an Amazon associate, so I'm gonna drop a couple links for like the clips I use and stuff into the description. And if you buy them through the link, I do make a little bit of money. It's actually change. It's just another way to help support the channel. There's also the Patreon. Hop on there once a month. Just have a $3 tier. I'll have the link in there. And we just have to get together and, you know, talk about painting, modeling, answering questions, asking questions, hanging out, and just, you know, living the life and doing model stuff. I'm trying to see anything else. Nope. Alrighty. Well, until next time, be good to each other. Model on.